There we go. We should be live on YouTube. Stream should be online, so today is going to be another day of Pro Cyclist mode on Pro Cycling Manager. And I'm actually looking forward to it because the last couple of streams were really fun in my opinion. Hope you guys are enjoying the streams as well because it's kind of a different way of going through Pro Cycling Manager because whenever I make videos, I record my videos, I upload them, but I feel like the series goes at a slower tempo than doing the live stream because we're halfway through the season after 2 streams. Today is going to be a slightly shorter stream though, so don't expect a 3-hour stream again. I'm probably going to go for an hour and a half is what I'm aiming for. Got a couple of races I want to compete in. Hello chat. Thank you very much for joining once again. Isaac, appreciate the kind words. Matthew, thank you as well. I'll wait a few seconds and then I'll begin. Hello Benjamin, welcome to the chat. Always so weird that other people have the same name as me. Everybody probably has that feeling sometimes. Anyway, I think it's fair to get started slowly but surely, so let's go. Robert says, I just watched your last live stream while traveling. Thanks for the entertainment. I appreciate you for watching. Hello Stolle, welcome to the chat. Anyway, let's jump into the PCM, shall we? There we go. Screen has changed. Now, I noticed something. I noticed that my rider, if I take a look at my team squad, for example, and I hover over this, I've got a bit of a cross next to my avatar. I think my dude is injured. What is it though? It's headaches. Okay. It's just headaches. False alarm, clickbait title, false alarm, Teddy Pikachu is not really injured, just a little bit sick. So that's fine. Hello, Starling to the chat. Welcome, HG Uis, whatever that name is. Completely CR, welcome back. Mr. Geurens as well. Dan, welcome as well. So, let's take a look here. Last episode, we had a pretty good run again. We've had 2 pretty good live streams in terms of results. So I'm happy about it. We had a stage win in our first live stream at the Tour of Changyong, winning both the KOM jersey and the points jersey. Then in the last episode, my main goal of the season arrived. And that main goal of the season is not the Tour de Kumano, where we did win the KOM, but the Tour of Japan, where we shockingly took home stage 5. But on Mount Fuji, we just were not good enough to win. So we ended up finishing 15 GC, which is exactly what our team expected from us. So I was happy with a top 5 at the Tour of Japan. So that was a solid result. Yeah, chat, I know. It was shameless clickbait. I needed a thumbnail for this live stream, and I thought to myself, there's a little cross next to my avatar. I'll go with that clickbait, okay? It worked. You're here. So I'm not complaining. You're not complaining. Matteo says in the chat, I had a race in Zerkehem today. That's pretty close to where I was born, actually. I was born in Ostende, lived in Gistel my entire life before I moved to the UK. And he got lapped, Matteo. So, shame, but that doesn't mean the end of the world, Matteo. There's other races that will come up in your life, and this race might only be a stepping stone to your next race where you might be better. So, every single training, every single step forward is a move forward from where you are today. Don't look at it too negatively, is what I'd say. Why Japan, says JD? Well, the logic went as followed. Tadej Pogacar is the man right now in the sport of cycling. Tadej Pogacar is a pretty good cyclist. Pretty unbeatable cyclist on many terrains. It needs balance in the universe. So we decided to make the counterbalance. We made Teddy Pikachu, a rider that can also grow into a rider that can win everything. So that is our goal there. And my logic was, I want to ride in the Asian circuit. Plus, Pikachu was invented with Pokemon in Japan. So as a consequence, rider equals Japan? Sounds pretty clever to me. Anyway, that was the logic behind it. But a rider's a pretty good rider these days, even though we're halfway the first season. 70 flat stats, 70 mountain stats, 71 medium mountain, 73 cobbles, which I don't think we've had a single cobble sector in this entire year, which is logical because we're racing in Japan. But it's kind of a shame as well. It's not that big of a deal though. Sprint 65, which means that we're somewhat competitive in small group sprints, but not overly competitive either, and I like that vibe. Yeah, Axel, 2 days in a row of streaming? Shocking, huh? Greetings from Spain, says Alvaro. Greetings from the UK, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, let's take a look at our schedule. I've said it before. We're going to be racing. Actually, I haven't said it yet. The Tour de Gyeong... Oh, I got to get my pronunciation mouth going. Tour de Gyeongnam. That is the next race. 5-day stage race in Korea. South Korea, that is. Not sure there are any races in North Korea, so it would have to be South Korea. Tongyong to Tongyong is the first one. Looks like a versatile sprint, followed by a versatile sprint, followed by a versatile sprint, followed by a versatile sprint. Had to go for a brev there. And a final stage as a sprint stage. Probably some KOM points available. Yes, indeed, throughout. I could go for KOM. That's a possibility. I don't feel like GC will be an option because I'm not a versatile sprinter, nor I'm a sprinter. So I might have to work for my team. I don't know what to expect. I'll be honest. Because it's not like there's a climb with 5 kilometers to go in these stages where I can attack. It's always like 20, 25 kilometers to go, even further. So a bit fearful that we might not be able to get a stage win that easily in this race, but sometimes you got to work for the teammates. Sometimes that's a reality. After that, we have potentially also in today's stream, it depends on how fast we get through the Korean race, the Japan road race, and the time trial. Both actually not really fitting for us, but maybe in the road race we can try, even though we're not exactly a punchy rider. Our rider has a total of 64 hill stat, so that's not great. But I feel like it's gonna be KOM. That's my my vibe for Gyeongnam. Okay, so let's skip towards the next race then. Actually, training. Do we have to do anything for that? Let me take a look at my weekly here. So for this week we've got contract stuff. After that, we are settled. So let's let that vibe through. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome to our third stream of our Pro Cyclist. I said it at the start, I'm actually really enjoying these live streams. But I've got good news for people that do not like the live streams. I've been working on our videos the entire day. I've basically been working for 12 hours before the stream, which not sure that's healthy. But I finished recording on the career mode episode, which should hopefully go online tomorrow. Joe is currently editing it. I don't want to put any pressure on him either. He has a life, so he's allowed to have a life. We'll see if that happens tomorrow or not, but at least the recording part is done, guys. And also I worked on editing my next Zwift video, which I'm hoping to release midway next week. That's my idea. Anyway, Teddy Pikachu is not exactly in form after having a rest week, but that's fine. We'll still try to be useful for our team. Nahom Zerai is back. He's been OP at the Tour of Japan, and he's back to try and do stuff in this race as well. He's always the favorite for versatile sprint stages, but I don't think that guy has an actual sprint. He's a climber. Nonetheless, let's cook in the Tour de Gyeongnam. I'm never going to get that one. That is such a difficult name to pronounce. Anyway, let's get into the race and find out which role we have. Hello, Pierre. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, that loaded in quickly. I like that. Role teammate. Work at the head of the group for 20 kilometers at least with one teammate in the group, so that is nice. I will go to the front of the peloton and just start yapping my way at the front. That's not what yapping means, but you know what I mean. I'll start trucking to make sure the brake stays in check. It's just 20 kilometers, right? Did I read that right? Yes. 120 kilometer stage, so we should be able to get that pretty easily. Oh, is that a... Oh, yeah, I've got a plan. I've got a plan. Move up, Teddy. Move up, move up, move up. Ah, I'm stuck. If I can get into the breakaway with Sawada, then I think me working in the breakaway counts for those 20 kilometers as well. So I'm trying to get myself to the front and go into the breakaway. There goes the attack on the right side of the road. Perfection. Into that group. Don't drop them, don't drop them. And I accidentally just caught the breakaway. And I accidentally went into the breakaway. This was not the plan, to be clear. I did not attempt to go rogue. My rider accidentally went rogue, Chad. I promise you, I was planning to work for the team, but I accidentally ended up in the breakaway. So I guess we'll have to go with it. What did you miss so far, says Paolo? Absolutely nothing. We just started our first stage, the Tour de Gyeongnam. And I accidentally went into the breakaway. That's the thought process. Jordan in chat says Japan riders roll 60 to 68 stats. Yeah, but Nahom Zerai, etc. is not that stat. So he's 70 plus, I think. Especially after what we saw at the Czech Tour in real life. In the breakaway, if I get caught, I get caught. I don't care too much. We've got 3 riders with us. Nope, the peloton's back. So I guess I can just start pacing at the front of the peloton. Oh, 21-man breakaway with Nahom Zerai in it. And the peloton's back together. I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to pace 65 at the front of the peloton. There we go. And the breakaway of 3 riders has formed, and I'm just chilling on 63 relays. So that is perfection. 20 kilometers is what we need to do. So we're 2 kilometers in. We're trucking. Hello, Cycling Rikke. Welcome to the chat. Oh, some more attacks are following, but I'm not necessarily too eager to catch that. I just want to be seen at the front of the group, pacing. I don't care if my work is effective, as long as they see me working. Worst teammate ever. I'll go on ×4 for a bit, because otherwise this is going to take so long. We're still 4 kilometers only. Come on, Pika. There we go. 5K of work done. Buddy, get to the front of the group. Just do your job. Keitaro says stay tucked away for the moment. That is not happening. I want to get these kilometers out of the way as soon as possible. Cycling Rikke asks, are you going to play the NCs in this stream? Probably, but I won't promise it. My plan is to do a bit of a shorter stream than yesterday. So no 3 hours this time around. Aiming for about an hour and a half, roughly. Do I have the 20Ks? Almost. But I want to do a little bit more. I want to do 25% more, so let's do 25 kilometers. Hi, Lucas. Welcome to the stream. How many days are to the start of La Vuelta? Today is Sunday. Next Saturday is the start of La Vuelta. So that's 5 days. If you discount the day where it's... Half my team just crashed. I don't really care, but I'm pretending to be sad about it. Like, I didn't need them. And the less riders in the group, the less riders I have to work for, which I'm also okay with. But, hey, my work is almost done. 24 kilometers of work done. Why am I stopping? I should wait 1 more kilometer. There we go. Over the top. Come on, give me 25. Give me 25. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Timing was excellent. Sit up in the peloton. Perfection. Rizmo asks, which team do you think have done the best transfer business so far? Oh, that's difficult. That's really difficult to look at. Because, like, every single team has different goals, so we have to compare the initial goals of each team. Like, if we take a look at UAE, then they haven't signed, like, massive riders this year. They signed a couple of talents from the UAE dev team. They've signed a few smaller riders like Kevin Vermarke. But they don't need to spend a lot of money to stay at the top. And Vermarke is probably a slightly underrated transfer. So you have to look at it from every team's perspective. I like 80% of the transfers from Unibet Titema Rockets, as in Kopecky and Niklas Larsen, fantastic transfers. Groenewegen, way too expensive for what he's going to deliver for the team. But yeah, hey. Who am I to say so, eh? Quickstep is a difficult one, because when I look at Quickstep, I love the idea of Soudal Quickstep becoming a team that goes back to their roots. Their roots being multiple sprinters and a cobble-focused team. But I don't necessarily love their approach that they're doing right now. I do think Dainese might be a good pickup for the team. I think Stuyven is a good pickup, but an expensive one. Van Baarle could deliver something, but is expensive. And in the last 2 years, Van Baarle's positioning has been terrible. So it would have to be in a way where positioning isn't relevant, which in the classics, it is. And we've learned over the last 3 years that the reality is numerical advantage does not beat individual strength of Mathieu van der Poel and Pogacar anymore in the monuments. So them building a cobble squad like this won't help them in the monuments unless something crazy happens. Because on paper you'd say Mathieu van der Poel can destroy whoever is 3 minutes ahead at the Koppenberg. Then, if we look at the other approach, I do think the new cobble squad they're building can help in the smaller classics, as in the omloops of the world, Dwars door Vlaanderen, Brugge de Panne, Gent-Wevelgem. Gent-Wevelgem is not too small, but you get the vibe, right? The not monuments, it works. That is what I feel good vibes about when it comes to Soudal Quickstep. So, but my overwhelming feeling as well is that I think I would rather sign Kopecky right now than Dylan van Baarle. That is maybe a controversial hot take, but I really think Kopecky is going to be way better in the next 2 years than Van Baarle will be at Soudal Quickstep. Could be wrong. I guess we'll find out next year. Anyway, 40 kilometers to go. Teddy Pikachu is chilling in the peloton, not doing much, to be honest. I could attack from the peloton and take that second KOM. I think that's a possibility. I probably could have done so at this KOM, to be honest. But let's wait for a second. There's 2 riders up ahead. Half a minute is the gap, so let's wait until they're caught. That is nice. Climb is upcoming in about 7 kilometers, so I'll get ready to attack. And I think we can bring this home. 4 kilometers to go. There's a move for a pacing by Kang. Isn't Kang the guy that was supposed to be the villain of the next Marvel movies until that one dude actor got cancelled for something? I could be completely wrong there. That just popped into my head. 1.6k towards the top of this climb. I'll launch right now. There we go. All out. Up the hill. Super steep, by the way. Oi, 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 oi. There goes Pikachu. Up the 13% climb and out of energy. But I should be able to pace it to the top quite easily. And I can lower the tempo already to 55. And oh, never mind. Ooh, we almost got caught there. Let's go back into the peloton now and recover. Because we don't need to just do a 25-kilometer attack. That wouldn't be very effective. By the way, 130 people in the peloton. 4 of my teammates are dropped. Then again, 3 of them crashed. And Aswen's okay. Now my entire team is dropped. 33 people in the group only, so there goes my attack. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. But I'm enjoying myself, so I'm going to keep going. There goes Teddy Pikachu on the attack. We've got 10 seconds on the group behind. I'm not doing this to do a solo, paving my way to a solo victory at the finish line. I'm doing this to make the race as selective as possible, because the more people I drop in stage 1, the more people out of GC, and the higher I am in GC after stage 1. That's my logic. So I'm just trying to put pressure on the race, and one by one I hope people will drop behind me. That is my my attempt here. Aiden asked, were the older live videos deleted? I can't find them. On YouTube, you can find them under the live tab on the YouTube channel. They're not under videos, they're under live. I also added them to a Pro Cyclist playlist. I've been caught, by the way. I didn't notice, but I've been caught. Like, I can afford to do stupid shit like that attack I just did. Yes, I get caught, but who cares? Plenty of energy left. 35 people in the group, 40 seconds on the next peloton, and Lee is spacing. Any hills I can attack on? Well, there's 5. I could attack on the last one to the finish, actually. I'm feeling something. Welcome to the chat, Brian. How are you doing? Okay. Tempo in this group is still okay, but I don't think the group behind is that far. So if I want to keep this group going, I need to put some pressure myself. I might move to the front and set some tempo by myself on this climb, maybe. Actually, Richards is doing that for me. Miyazaki on the left, Hashimoto in the wheel of that front rider. Eight kilometers to go. I don't want to spend too much energy at the moment, though. There we go. I'm in the wheel of Sexton. 6 kilometers to go. Do I go on this climb? Jordan, did I get a new mouse? Well, I ordered one. I did not get one yet. But shockingly, this one started working again. So it's a bit awkward that I bought a mouse and this one now works. 4 kilometers to go. I'm ready for the attack. I'll focus on the race now, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Energy gel way too late. I'm going to start and launch my sprint on this climb way too early, but there's a downhill after that, so I think it's worth it. There goes Pikachu, Clark on the left with Trezise. We've got Giddick in the wheel, and I launched a bit too early because, well, you can see it on the screen. I don't need to describe what's happening. We are in the group, so no time loss, I think. Declan Trezise, Trezis? I have no clue what his name is. We're in the front group though, so we didn't lose any time, and we dropped quite a few riders during the race, so hopefully that means we're pretty high up in GC after this fast stage. I'm gonna try and go up in the chat now because I'm trying to catch up with everybody's yapping in the chat. Yippabonte says, so you also make videos of this career mode? I will not. For now, I've decided to not convert these live streams of the Pro Cyclist into separate, shorter videos. Maybe at some point I will, but so far I'm not sure I want to spend the energy and time into that when I can put that time and energy into making career mode episodes like I did this morning. It should come out tomorrow or the day after, probably tomorrow, most likely. 90% chance. Robert says, isn't Groenewegen going to be with it just because of publicity? I don't think he's worth multiple million. I don't know how much they're paying him, obviously. But if it's 2 million plus, then it's not worth it. Even for social media image and so forth. Because you got to remember, Dylan Groenewegen is the cyclist that actually, I assume, bought followers and likes for his Instagram, because in 2021, in September or November, there's massive spikes of like 50,000 followers in a week where he's not even doing a race. He's got the most inorganic growth of his social media of any pro cyclist. So I don't want to accuse him of anything, but if I look at the data, it looks like he bought likes and followers for his Instagram, which I'm sorry, but that's a bit funny, isn't it? Actually, top 10. Teddy Pikachu got 10th in today's stage, apparently. Or at least in GC. I didn't check whether it was also in the stage. We are second in KOM, but with the same points as Ping Chong Yao. And I don't care about the rest. So, yeah, 10th place in the stage, so I'm actually quite happy about that. Value says there's only 3 videos under the live tab. That is correct. I put the career videos, the career live streams offline because they were my first stream, so I wasn't overly happy about every part of it. I feel like I've found the format and ground and the vibe now of live streams, so that's why the Pro Cyclist will always stay up. Don't worry. But the career ones under the live stream tabs from like 2 weeks ago, those are gone, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, I killed them. They're done. But next, there we go. 27 kilometers at the front of the peloton, so exceptional work. That is perfection, 9 XP. So 41 XP only away from level 6. So we will upgrade in today's live stream. That is nice. Kai says, I prefer live streams. I enjoy both. I enjoy making the career mode episodes, but for some reason I'm a little bit more stressed and more perfectionistic about trying to make the career mode videos as perfect as possible, which makes it that it costs quite a bit of time to record and edit, and as a consequence, it takes a lot more effort than me opening my streaming software, opening my PCM, and yapping against you guys for 3 hours, because that's what live streaming is. Like, a career mode video takes so much more effort than me doing a live stream of Pro Cyclist. Anyway, stage 2, from Gyoye to Gyoye, that's probably not how you pronounce it. Gyoje? Gyoje. That sounds more Korean to me. I could be completely wrong. Now, Homzera is once again the favorite, but it's again a flatter sprint, so X'd out. We're going to try and do something similar. I want the KOM points on the Oksanchi pass. I don't care too much about the Hagdong pass, because that's less points, a lower category. So I'll jump into it, shall we? Immortal asks, is it possible to share a database so we can also play with Teddy Pikachu or play with your Sirocco team? To be honest, this playthrough is just the WorldDB database and me starting with Teddy Pikachu. So you can literally start that yourself if you download that database and make your own rider, also the same as Teddy Pikachu. So like I did in episode 1. My role in this stage is free element, teammate. We got a carte blanche. I probably should have gone in the breakaway in hindsight, but I'm too far back now to do it. Get some exposure in the break. Okay, well, we're going in the break. We're in a horrible position, but we're a good enough climber that I think I can bridge on that second climb, or even if I get to the front here, I can still do it on this climb. Oh, I can use my healing ability. I forgot. Come on, sneak to the front, sneak to the front. We know we can do it. There we go, buddy. There we go. That's how you do it. All the way to the front, Pika. And now on the left side, there comes the attack. Vroom, and I'm up there. 6 riders up front, a minute ahead, but I should be able to close that on the next climb, so we should be in the proper breakaway by the time the fast K1 point hits. Hello, Luis. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the compliment on the name, Ruben. Teddy Pikachu is our man. Yeah, Vitor, I forgot about the healing ability until earlier, so I've used it now. I always forget to be an eel. I love how it says that, by the way. I kind of want to bridge towards the front before this downhill starts, so let's do 99 to the front and fly past everybody. Goodbye, Chu. Goodbye, Yao. Into the descent, still a 20-second gap, but I should be able to close that. Pikachu is a pretty good rider. And I assume that the other riders here are not exactly the greatest cyclists in the world. Jens asks, what gaming rig are you using or recommending for PCM with WorldDB? I don't know. I'll be honest. Like back in the day, I studied IT and so forth, and I was pretty good with hardware, but I have not followed the new hardware that came out in the last couple of years. I've got an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 CPU and a 3060, I think, NVIDIA GTX. That is my thought process here. That is, I think, what I have in my desktop PC here. But I don't remember how much that costs, or whether that's too much for PCM, whether that's too low for PCM. I also need a slightly better PC than just being able to run PCM, because I need to be able to record it and live stream it as well at the same time. That takes even more processing power and graphical power from a computer, so it depends on how I record, etc. Break has 2 minutes 30. Pikachu is in it. I'm low-key surprised I'm allowed to be in the breakaway, to be honest. I'm 10 seconds behind in GC. Then again, they have no choice. I'm too good. 9-man breakaway is really strong. Let's lower my effort to 55 because I don't plan to drop everyone here. The longer I can keep all these guys with me, the more support and help I will have in this breakaway. Lover of Football says, your opinion, the best cobbler, Fabian Cancellara or Tom Bonen? That's a difficult one to answer. It's been too long since I've watched the Fabian Cancellara and Tom Bonen years. So I honestly don't think I could tell you who was the best at their peak. Bonen obviously has the better palmarès when it comes to the cobbles. By the way, I've got a bit of news. So, I spent £200 2 days ago. Usually when a sentence starts like that, it's either really fun or really stupid. But in this case, I think you'll like it. I decided to buy every single Pro Cycling Manager since 2005, mainly because I couldn't find any from before 2005. And I will try to find a way to make a video about every single one. Or do a live stream on every single one if my setup allows that. Because let's be honest, PCM 2005, I don't know if I can run that on the current Windows. So it might be possible that I would have to buy a Windows XP device or Windows Vista, stuff like that. Or I might... Oh shit, there's a KOM point here. I forgot. Come on, Pikachu. Boss everybody. I'm too late. I didn't notice. I was yapping too much. Oi, 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 oi. Mistakes were made. Oopsie. Hey, I said at the start of today's stage that I didn't need the first K1 point. I only need the last one. Torben says everything before 2012 doesn't work, sadly. I'll find a way. I will find a way. I've got the developers on speed dial. I'll try and find a way. Even if I have to buy the oldest computer ever, even if I have to circumvent the startup software of the game, I'll try and find a way. I'll be really sad if it doesn't work, so I'll spend time on it. The first PCM I started with was Pro Cycling Manager 2005. And then afterwards, I bought Cycling Manager 2 or 3. It had Robbie McEwen with a signature on the front page, if I recall. But I never actually played that one, because I don't think I managed to get it started. But thank you, Paolo, for the advice. I'll remember that. It works. You need an emulator. I'll make it work. It will be really fun if I can do it, you know? Because it's not just about playing every single game. It's also the nostalgic experience to bring me back to how I felt when playing those games back in the day. Because, like, I was playing through career mode today, a video that will come out tomorrow normally, in which I'll play the Santos Tour Down Under, and I realized the race I've played the most on Pro Cycling Manager ever is the Tour Down Under. Because as a kid, then I always started a career mode, played it for 2 months, 3 months in game, and then I got bored of that team, and as a consequence, I just restarted and did Santos Tour Down Under again. So that's a bit of a funny anecdote. We got a minute on the peloton, by the way, so I don't think this break is going anywhere. What is the race strategy looking like? We got to get 18k more in this breakaway. 35 divided by 4 is 8.75. So we need to get 44 kilometers in this breakaway. So I have no choice. I have to keep going despite my yellow bar not looking good. In an ideal world, I can find a way to recover a little bit before that next KOMBO, because otherwise I might get dropped on that climb later. Because this break is actually, they're trucking along. I'm spending so much energy in this break. Martijn van der Geest says he means a virtual machine. I'll get a virtual machine working then. I used them back in the day in my developer days, so I should be able to get them working for a PCM, I think. So we've got 28k done. Peloton is on 50 seconds. Rider by rider, this break is falling apart. 5 riders left. Let me take a look at chat here for a second. Who do I think will win Tour de l'Avenir? I'm not so sure. I haven't really in-depth looked at the parkour yet. I'll try to do so tomorrow or the day after. Hello, Toby. Welcome to the stream. Noobfix says, saw your Zwift climbing video and you mentioned you got new shoes. What shoes did you get, considering you're also not the lightest rider? I assume they won't be super narrow shoes. So, disclaimer, Sirocco is a brand, a cycling clothing brand that sponsors my content. So, they've sent me jerseys, etc. for free. They also pay me to make videos and promote their cycling clothing. They also sent me those shoes. I actually don't know where they are. They're on the floor there. Let me get them. So, let me get them on the screen here for a second. So these are those shoes. Sirocco I forgot what the name is, so I'm not good at promoting shit, apparently. I actually really like them, but I do have custom soles in them because my feet are ruined. So I think the original soles are not necessarily the greatest I've ever seen. I replaced them by my custom ones, and the shoes itself I really like. So I've been vibing with them for the last couple of races. I have relatively wide feet, I'd say. I've just got big feet. I've got a 47 foot size. But I don't have any issue with their narrowness, which I did have with my previous shoes, which was a Von Rijssel. So they work for me, but again, disclaimer, I get paid to promote those shoes as well. Anyway, I'm in the peloton now, so let's get the screen back on. By the way, if you do like anything you see on Sirocco, use the code BenjiNasen and you get 10% off. Hashtag ad. I'll get back to your questions in the chat as quickly as possible, but first I want the KOM points here. And my guy is not looking good. I've spent too much energy in this stage and a useless breakaway because my team wanted me to be in it. But we've got 35 kilometers in the break, so that's good. Anyway, one climb to go. It is 2.3 kilometers at 11.3%, so my energy should be good enough. I think we might get dropped here in this final. I think we're going to get cooked here. GC won't happen in this race. I don't know why I just triggered my energy shell for no reason. 2 kilometers to the top here. Come on. Come on, Pikachu. Position is awful. I can eel my way through. Let's do so. There we go. 85. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Wait, wait, wait. 87. Ah, people are attacking. No. Oi, 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 oi. Guys, please, please. Wait for me. I need the points. I'm not going to get anything. I'm going to get dropped here. The top is coming and Teddy Pikachu is getting shoved off the back of the peloton. That is a big L. That is very sad. Why did they decide to attack me? Honestly, being in the breakaway ruined any chances I had of getting this KOM jersey on this stage and of any results at the finish line. So I guess we're going to have to do a ×8 for the rest of the stage because my dude is completely dropped. I'll try and work together with this guy and get as close as possible, but I'm completely cooked. So this is done for. Ay, ay, ay. Horrible stage. The winner is Igor Chan. Pretty sure that guy was the Asian Continental Champion last year or the year before. But this stage was a bit of a disaster for Teddy Pikachu, so let's forget about it as quickly as possible. Yeah, Matthew, sad Pikachu noises. Going back to the chat, let's take a look. Fubar says, I appreciate that Benji is solid at elementary math. Always frustrating when other streamers fail at extremely simple calculations. Can I be honest? It took me 3 streams to get to this point. Because I've had to do 35 kilometers of work a lot. In these streams. So I've had to make the calculation in the first stream. And I've just remembered that it's 8.75. I'm not the greatest at math, but I try my best. I'm not that stupid, I'd say. I hope so. Have you seen the ADAC Class Cyclassics, so the ADAC Cyclassics, the Hamburg Cyclassics? Yes, I have. Great finish. Last 2 kilometers, so great. If you didn't watch it, you should watch it. With a pretty surprising winner. Anyway, let's take a look at the podium here. Igor Chan indeed, but let's take a look at GC where we're completely gone. And KOM, we are still... Wait a sec. What? So wait. After stage 1, we were second with 10 points. Behind Ping Chong Yao. But going into stage 2, we are first. Ahead of Ping Chong Yao, despite getting 0 points. Huh? What? That makes no sense. I don't understand. Anyway. Not a great stage. We finish. I don't even want to know, I think. 30 seconds, so we're probably right there. Yeah, 31st, 5 minutes and a half back in GC. We can probably move up into the top 20 by the end of this race, but I don't particularly care. Yeah, 9 XP, it's better than nothing, but it's not exactly what we are looking for, so there we go. On to the next stage, shall we? Ultima Impression asks, are you better than Tim Sosky in PCM and or Zwift? I think he's definitely better at Zwift. I think it's fair to say that. And on PCM, I think it depends on the day. Because I think we both have sometimes really good races, and we both have sometimes really bad races. And if I have a really bad race, then I lose the race. If I've got a really good race, then I might win the race. So I think it really depends on the day. I know it's a boring answer, so let me change that. Joe Timsowski, terrible at PCM. Horrible. Have you seen his YouTube videos? Ooh, always keeps losing with Joe Timziola. I can't believe it. Is that the drama you wanted? Now, Home Zedai is the favorite for stage 3. I think that's once again a bit off. What? My team has one rider left next to me. By the way, in the last stream, in the last 2 stages of the Tour of Japan, I ended up being solo in my team because all of my team was OTL. And as a consequence, I couldn't control my rider. Because that's a bug in the game, apparently. If you ride solo in Pro Cyclist, then it's a problem. Then you can't control your rider. So I'm happy I've still got a teammate. I'm very worried that if he abandons in the next 2 days, then that's very bad. So we might actually have to protect him in the race to make sure he finishes. You're right, Mantwerp, in the chat. This is the worst team I have ever seen. What is happening? Anyway, let's jump in. Did I see the Tour of Portugal already? I have not. I know that Artem Nich is winning maybe GC at the moment after winning on a couple of mountain stages, or one of them. I don't know the details yet. And I know Brady Gilmore won a couple of sprints, despite punching a Portuguese rider in the first few days. So he should have been disqualified before he even got to those sprint stages. Anyway, Pikachu goes into the breakaway. Sorry, Asso. I'm supposed to work for Asso? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. There we go. Into the breakaway. I'm ignoring Asso. What's the race strategy? Work at the head of the group for 20 kilometers for Asso. Guys, I'm supposed to work for my one teammate. The one that I'm hoping survives. I'm going to go for the KOM. I'll drop back to the peloton. I'll work for 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers for Asso. And then I'll just chill for the rest of the race and go for my own result at the finish. That is my plan. Thomas saying in the chat, Sparkle Oita is trash. I'm sorry. What did you just say to me? That is not true. Only I'm allowed to insult this team. You're not, Thomas. I'm allowed to insult this team. I'm on the team. Because technically you're insulting Teddy Pikachu now, buddy. Anyway, a minute on the next group. So let's just slow it down a little bit because this is a bit overkill. Let's do 65 to the top. 60, 55. Let's get those points for free. 40 seconds, 35 seconds. And let's chill. Let's wait on the peloton. Let's do 15. And then start pacing 65 in the peloton. That's the plan. Okay. I'll let the break pass me. I'll drop back to the peloton. And I'll start pacing 60-ish in the peloton. No. This guy's pacing Dracos. Sounds like Dragon in Greece. Pure assumption. Thomas says, this is Japan and you are 19. Of course you are expected to do grunt work. I don't understand the reference or the joke. I'm sorry. I'm not renowned with Japanese culture. I just like Japanese food. I actually ate Japanese food yesterday. Immortal asks, did you already sign a new contract? I did not. I have not signed a new contract. I am still awaiting the month in which I need to do that. We're currently in early June, so I reckon it's 2 months to go. Early August, I think it is. 1st of August. I just do times 8 here. We got to get to 25 kilometers because 125% of 20 kilometers is 25. No, 125 kilometers. 125% of 20 kilometers is 25. Yes, that's what I meant. There we go. We made it over that segment. No, 22 kilometers still. This guy is doing my job. Get off the front, Tortsakis. Buddy, I'm trying to do my work here. Let me pace on 65. I will click on Infinite Relay to make sure he can't take over. And he does it. Buddy, I'm not allowing you to do that. Come back to me, Teddy. Also, I don't care about you. Well, I actually do. Because if you abandon the race, then I can't control my rider anymore. 24 kilometers. Let's wait one more K. There we go. And now I'm actually gonna protect also to make sure he doesn't go OTL. That's unironic what I'm gonna do here. There we go. 60 kilometers to go. Hopefully I can recover my yellow bar as well while doing this. Then I can compete for the stage win a little bit. $40 kilometers to go. Full energy now, so that's nice. I'm going to leave Asso behind now because there's no way that man is going to abandon at this point. I'm going to try and move forward to the wheel of Declan Trezise. Might be a good wheel, but I assume there's better sprinters present. Asso, could you please shut up? I'm trying to do my job here. I want to try and position myself relatively to the front so I can follow someone in the last 20 kilometers. I don't know the sprint stat of anyone here. Declan Trezise won the fast sprint, but is he truly that fast is my question. Is this Euro Kim? I think that's Euro Kim. Euro Kim is pretty fast, but only one rider in support. I think Trezise might have the best lead out here. I'll go in the wheel of Trezise for now. That's my plan. 17 kilometers to go. Let's do times 8 on this next climb. We've got some moves here. I'm in the wheel, so I'm looking good. Asso is dropping, which I don't care too much about because he will not go OTL. Thanks, Teddy. You can relax now. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to follow Trezise on this climb, and that is working. But other people are moving forward, so Trezise is not exactly moving forward. Yeah, Cameron's Scott. That's a fast boy. Let's get a Cameron Scott's wheel. Is anyone going to move up here, or am I going to do it myself? Yevgeny Girich. Yes, Asso, I know, buddy. You want the tension. Let's get to the wheel of Yevgeny. Lirakani up there. Modzarif on the left side. Blake Quick. His name is Quick. He can't be that slow. I'll take his wheel. There we go. We're in a pretty good position. Any attacks are being caught by Rakani. 6 kilometers to go. I'm not a sprinter, so I'm not sure I'm even competitive here, but I'll do it anyway. 5 kilometers to go. I should have gone for the move. There's the attack on the left side of the road. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. This is so stupid, Benji. This is so stupid. We're going all out. Last 3.5 kilometers. We've got a gap of 9 seconds. And we're getting caught. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm sorry. Why did I do that? I'm going to start sprinting now from the front, but everybody's going to fly past me. Oh, D'Amato is here, so he's a pretty good sprinter. We've seen that. Euro Kim is going to beat him on the line. Why did I do that? Why did I let the attack button seduce me? I should be stronger. I shouldn't let it happen. I'm in the front group though, so I should not lose any time here, even though, bruh, I'm 5 minutes behind in GC. Who cares if I lose time? Finishing 17th. Do I care about the podium? Yeah, I do. Euro Kim is the winner. Declan Trezise is still the leader of the race. Teddy Pikachu is now leading KOM by 6 points, so there we go. That's a W. I don't care. And we are 10th in the white jersey, so I guess that's something. Anyway. And most importantly, Keisuke Aso finished. So he's not OTL. That is a massive achievement for the team. I'm happy about that. We got 11 XP, so we are 21 XP away from level 6. That is nice. Did our work and we got rewarded for it. Okay, so 2 stages left. This one looks like a fairly similar stage. I want to go for that first K1 point. That's 10 points. That's valuable. I'm going to drop back after I get those points back to the peloton. Then I'll probably have to work for Asso a little bit. So I'll do that in the middle phase of the race. And then I'll try and do the same as this stage, but actually go for the sprint next time. Because then I can secure maybe a top 10 again. Anyway, let's jump in. Hello, Mathieu van der Poel. Severely doubt you are the Mathieu van der Poel, but thank you very much for the compliment. I met Mathieu van der Poel once in a random hotel. Well, not a random hotel. I went to Calpe last year to ride my bike. You saw the video of that on my channel, to the Syncrosfera Hotel. And Philipsen and Van der Poel were breakfasting next to me. And of course, because we both work in the same sport, we know each other. So we chatted a little bit, but they were actually really nice people in real life. So, I was, whenever I meet a cyclist, I'm like, okay, are they going to be nice? Do they know who I am? Do they like my takes on the sport of cycling? Do they not like my takes on the sport of cycling? There's always like the question marks in my head of like, okay, how is this conversation going to go? Most of the time it ends up pretty well. But, yeah, Van der Poel and Philipsen were really nice in real life. Oh, I should have been in the breakaway. What am I doing here? There we go. Together with Navarra. I keep attacking late because I keep forgetting I have to get in the breakaway. And we got to work in the peloton after we drop back after the K1 point. As I expected. We should be able to get to that breakaway, I think. We are pretty strong. Together with Navarra, who is going all out, so I'm not complaining. There we go. Peloton is straight with us, so I'm going again. Over the top. 99. I'm actually going to go 99 until I catch the breakaway. 7 riders against 1. I'm not sure I'll make it. I think I made a mistake. I think Teddy Pikachu is in what we call a chasse patate. So I think I'm better off waiting on the peloton, doing my work there, and then trying to secure those 5 cat points later. Because otherwise this is useless. I just attack to the breakaway way too late. Completely CR asks, am I the teenager that kept Mathieu up all night? I did not. I'm innocent, okay? Anyway. Second cat climb incoming. I will not get the points there, sadly, because I was too late to attack. Because I was talking to chat. So it's your fault. It's your fault, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Martin Andreasen says, who wins UnoX or Cofidis? It depends at what. There we go. How much have we worked? 11 kilometers. Trying to do my work over the top here. Come on, Sortsakis. Let me do my job. Buddy, stop pacing. I need to be the one pacing. I really need to go 85 to be able to do my work here. He's still not letting me work. Infinite relay 85? What is the point of infinite relay if when I go to the front, I move to second place? There we go. Relay Pikachu. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Bjorn Gaines asks, will Del Toro win a Tour de France? That is impossible to answer. He's got the potential for it. But also, he's got a few things to work on. He's also super young still, so lots of stuff can go great or lots of stuff can go wrong in a rider's career. 17 kilometers. We technically have to do 25, which is annoying. $19K. Do I have the energy to do 25? I'm not sure I do. Trying to do 25. Let's do 65. I can't. I'm going to lose the front if I do 65. 2 more kilometers. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. So now let's sit up on 50 and let's try and recover as much as possible before the next KOM point. I'm moving back a bit too much. Spending so much energy in this peloton. They're going way too fast for my liking. Pikachu is struggling. In this race, we're actually struggling. I'm about to get dropped, aren't I? I'm not allowed to get dropped here. Come on. We're in the middle of the stage. Pikachu? Pikachu? Buddy. He's off the back. Like, what are we doing here, Teddy? We're back. Recover some energy, bro. Like, I'm actually in trouble. Keisuke also says, come back to me, Teddy. Bro, have you seen my yellow bar? Me neither, because it's not there. Oi, oi, oi. Shitmeister asked, Brennan GC rider? My answer is nope. I was planning to go for the KOM points on this Fat Cat climb, but I'm not even going to make it over the top of this climb at this point. So, yeah. I'm getting dropped. Or, oh, I'm still in the group. I'm still in the group. Let's go 65 and let's follow. The peloton has split, but I might be able to stay in the wheel here. Come on, come on, come on. Let's hope this group comes back. I'm useless anyway. My dude's empty. Like, what am I expecting here? And I get dropped again. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Matthew, take the gel, but the gel won't do anything. Like, it's not going to help me. The gel increases the length of which the red bar lasts, but wasn't going to last too long there. I'm back in the peloton, but that's not going to do much for me. I'm going to get dropped the next climb. At this point, it's just getting to the finish here. We can't do anything in this stage, and the same for Asso. He's also struggling. We didn't even get KOM points today. Disastrous stage. We tried to get in the break, got into a chasse patate. We didn't make the breakaway. Started working in the peloton. We did our work, so that's nice. But we're going to finish outside of the peloton because we're about to get dropped in the last 3 kilometers is my assumption. 2 kilometers to go. And who's going to win the stage? Let's take a look at the right top of the screen. Ooh, I say D'Amato. And the winner is... Okay, D'Amato's not even close. Aman Kayada, Indonesian rider. Liam Walsh is second. That too just won a stage in the Czech Tour in real life. So Kim, Yang, and Tsen took points there. Kim also took points there. Did Kim have any points before? I don't know. We're going to have to find out at the podium whether I still have KOM. I'm not sure we do. Let's take a look. Kayadi won this. Don't care. Don't care. Yes, we do. By 2 points. There he is. Teddy Pikachu on the podium as most likely the winner of KOM in this race. One more stage to go, but I think it's flat. Trezayas, don't care. U classification, we're not in the top 10 anymore because we keep dropping. There we go. 2 points clear. Let's take a look at the next stage, shall we? 25 out of 20 and 10 points to go. After the stage race, we will have enough points to get through to the next level. Forza Ferrari asked, Benji, what do you think about the controversial day 1 of the Women's Tour de Romandie? Can I be honest? I think the sad reality of the sport right now is, and just thinking about it makes me sad and angry, is that on one end, the UCI is trying to implement a rider tracking system for safety, but there's also a potential incentive for them to commercialize the tracking and try and get money out of it. That's one angle. And on the other side, there's teams where, let's be honest about it, the majority of the teams that did not want to get or did not want to select a rider in their team to have a rider tracking system on them, those teams, the most of them, are part of Velon. Velon is a group of teams, basically. That's one way to describe it. And they've also got their own rider tracking system. So I think both parties here are thinking about commercial interest and politics over rider safety. And both were in the wrong. We can't point at teams and say all the blame is their fault. We can't point at UCI and say all the blame is their fault. Both were at fault here, in my opinion. And I'm sorry, but then we see Jonathan Voters yapping on Twitter about, the reason that we ended up being disqualified is because we did not want to select a victim in our team to have the rider tracking software on their bike, the rider tracking hardware, the little 63-gram device. We did not want to select a victim in our team to have a weight deficit in the race, in the time trial. Sorry, that's bullshit. You know why that's bullshit? Because they have no issue selecting a rider in their team to have a Velon camera in there when Velon is in their commercial interests. So everybody is selling PR bullshit on both sides, and both of the parties are looking at their wallet instead of anything else. By the way, Vera, in short, what happened you're not understanding. In short, 5 or 6 teams got disqualified from stage 1 of the Tour de Romandie, women's teams. And the reason was that the UCI was testing a rider tracking system, location tracking for safety in that race. 1 rider per team had to do it. And those teams did not want to do it, or at least did not want to select a rider themselves to have a rider tracking system on their bike. And the reason behind it is that both sides want the finances out of it. And at the end of the day, that makes me angry because we should be thinking about safety. Literally, someone died last year because of this. Like, Muriel Fur in the World Championships last year. She crashed, she went off-road, nobody found her in time, and she passed away. And if we then take a look at this whole situation on Romandie, then I'm okay. You're all yapping and playing. They're all like kids playing on a little playground. But at the end of the day, if a rider dies again within a month for that same reason, then it's the fault of these parties that they didn't get it out fast enough. Isaac Rowell, how does it increase safety? Rider crashes, goes off-road. The location tracker shows that the rider stopped or went off-road. Team knows that the rider crashed off-road. There's been multiple occasions in the last 2-3 years that there's been riders that went off-road, and I think there was a Belgian rider last year or the year before, in the Giro maybe, that went off-road, and he was only found because some other team shouted it in their radio to their team DS, stuff like that. So situations like this happen. Like Muriel Fur at the World Championships last year. So finding people that crash off-road into a ravine, it's pretty important that it happens fast. Anyway, sorry for the divergence of the topic of PCM, and sorry for getting angry about it. I just get frustrated when it's about safety because I feel like the sport is not doing enough. Tour de Gyeongnam, stage 5, Teddy Pikachu and Asso are here, so I can control my rider. 45-kilometer flat sprint, so kind of useless for me, but I'll try my best. I'll try and sprint, and we'll see if we can get a top 10 magically. I severely doubt it, though. But hey, the one thing is there's no KOM points en route here, so that means we're taking KOM home as long as we finish the stage. Jonathan Morgado says, World Champs probably was no comms. What would be easy to change? No, allow comms in Worlds. The reality is that the current UCI president wants to do the opposite. he wants to take radio communication away from all races. And if there's no rider location tracking when that happens, good luck. It's like he wants more people to die in his sport. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Sorry, I want to talk about Happy Pro Cycling Manager thoughts right now. 40 kilometers to go. Let's get Teddy Pikachu to the front. Let's try and sprint at the end of this. Lilac says, is it going to be about an about 2-hour stream again? Probably shorter. I'm most likely going to do 3 more races, including this one, this stage, plus Nationals Road Race, plus Nationals Time Trial. So about an hour and a half in total, so 25-ish minutes to go. Because I'm hungry and I want to go eat dinner. That's unironically the reason. Why do I only have 2 riders is the question from Mars. Well, all the others went at a time limit. A bit of the case of Tour of Japan. Why did I start pronouncing Tour of Japan like it was Spanish? Tour of Japan. That's not the case here. Lalex also says, by the way, I really like your yapping. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Paolo, he really knows cycling. Oh, I'll stop reading the compliments. My ego will start growing too much, guys. Stop it. And it's also like, I have my opinions on stuff, but your opinion matters as well, you know. Tadao says comms, radio communication are also part of safety issues. I think that's a fair argument, but I made a video last year or the year before where I spoke to multiple riders in the peloton after the Tour de Pologne test where they took away radios from most riders per team and only one rider still had a radio. And there were multiple issues within that race because of the fact that teams and riders did not have radios properly. Safety issues. So that test basically failed. The UCI pretended it didn't fail, but based on the rider's opinion, it failed in that race in Polonia last year. So I would rather have radios than not radios in terms of safety in the sport at the moment. Martin Hill. Oh, I'll get back to you guys in 7 kilometers. We got to finish this sprint in which I'm probably not going to be too competitive. I want to get to the wheel of Liam Walsh, so I want to try and move up. Or to his lead out Cameron Scott. I'm spending too much energy doing this. I don't like this. This is dumb. This is very dumb. Walsh is right here. This is F. Walsh. That's Liam Walsh. Can I get to Liam Walsh? I'm spending too much red bar. I don't like it. Energy gel too late. I'm trying to recover some red bar by being in the wheel here, but I'm in a good wheel, so that's nice. Can I move to the wheel of Cameron Scott here? Steal the lead out of Liam Walsh. 2.5 kilometers to go. This is not looking brilliant, but I'm in the wheel of Cameron Scott. I want to launch a little bit. I can't launch early. I'll try and follow Walsh to the finish line. 1 kilometer to go. We had the right wheel, but we don't have the energy. It's going to be a top 15, I reckon, in this sprint, but Liam Walsh is the winner of the stage, so my dude cooked. Mantwerp, you were lying in the chat. You say you've counted 12 Patricks. This is the first time I mentioned the word. Second time is Patrick. There we go. Haven't mentioned the word the entire stream. You're lying. Can't believe it. Jonathan Morgado, I don't even agree necessarily with that. You saying no radio communications equals chaos, equals better for viewers. I don't think chaos like that is better for viewers. Chaos can create better racing, but not radioless chaos. Because then there's a rider with a mechanical there. They can't warn the necessarily people that they need to warn for it. Then their team car rides past them. There are so many issues with it. Like a lot. Okay, so podium time. Walsh takes the stage. Fine. I don't care. There we go. Best climber classification goes to Teddy Mother Effin Pikachu. 16 points, 2 points more than Yinwoo Kim. That is nice. And we didn't take anything else in this race, so that's kind of sad. Anyway. Okay, 13th place in the stage. Fine, but I'm more excited about the XP we're about to get because I feel like a level up is coming, guys. I feel like we're getting a level up. I can smell it. I can smell it. There we go. There we go. First stage race finished in Continental. That is not true. Question, chat. I would argue it's a bug in Pro Cycling Manager that these XP bonuses don't stack. So let's say 2 months ago in this playthrough, I played a Korean stage race, Continental one. I finished it, but I finished top 5, which means I got XP for finishing top 5 in Continental, but I don't get multiple, so I didn't get first stage race finished in Continental. I should be getting all of that at the same time if it happens in the first race. That's my opinion. I don't know what you think. Doesn't matter though, because I'm getting XP, 14 XP, so we're properly into level 6 now. We can do a skill point and a choice between improvement of attributes and evolution of potential. Okay. Last time we went for evolution of potential and we increased our mountain potential, which slightly reduced our cobble potential. We don't want to do that again. I want a upgrade. And this time, I might not let you choose. Ooh. Because at the end of the day, the only good choice here is climber. 73 on mountain stats, 74 on medium mountain, 74 cobble, 74 downhill, 66 sprint, so even faster. We're becoming pretty versatile. 62 time trial, that's our weakness now, together with 65 flat. But I'm really liking our stats after this, so let's confirm that. Actually, I will take a screenshot here. Don't mind that. That's just for the next live stream that I've got a thumbnail. There we go. Let's confirm. Perfection. Okay. So, skill point. Last time we went for attentiveness. This time I think we're going for charisma. 1.5 times on the points granted by the team. To have more influence on my calendar next season. That's the idea. Let's go for that. Sorry for not allowing you to choose here. In the future, I will let you choose again. But last time we said that would be the next upgrade. So that's why I went for it. Okay, so we went through the Tour de Gyeongnam. Declan Trezise is the winner. Japan NCs are coming. That's our final 2 races of today's episode. I'm looking forward to it though. So let's move towards the road race. The time trial, I'm probably going to simulate. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how good Japan is at time trial. Okay. It's 1 week away. Let me take a look at chat for a second. Ooh, did you ever play track cycling on PCM24? And if so, what do you think of them removing it? I played track cycling back in the day, but more in like the 2015, 2016 years, I think. I enjoyed doing it. Is it me, or was there like a 400 meter time trial or something event where you could go all out in that last bit? Then you got a certain time, and I think the best possible time was 10 seconds. 0.157, and I think I got the maximum in that at some point. That's all I remember. I also enjoyed the Kirin elimination race in that. But the reality is that I think the reason that Pro Cycling Manager developers decided to remove it is that if you want to play it, you can just buy an older PCM. But if you don't want, but every single year, when they made changes in other parts of the game, it could accidentally break parts about track cycling, and they didn't necessarily want to maintain that. Now, do I think that's a good reason to remove a feature in the game? I don't know, because I don't know how much danger there was of track cycling getting ruined by other features in the game. I would assume that it's a whole separate aspect of the game, which the way they were speaking, it wasn't. I also can imagine that Pro Cycling Manager, if you'd look through the code of PCM 2010 or something, the code would look pretty spaghetti code, I think. So I think we're assuming that their code is perfect, and it's probably not. I don't care that it's gone. If I want to play it, I'll open PCM 2024 or something. Would you ever do a video where you got the best cycling creators and make them play PCM Zwift Tour de France game and then end a real-life road race as a competition? I want to do videos like that. I also want to do a charity livestream event at some point with real-life cyclists. I've got the connections for it. I think we can set it up technologically. Financially, I can find sponsors for it. But I haven't had the time to look into how and when and how I'd like to set it up. But I also think it would be cool if I could collaborate on Zwift videos with people that aren't necessarily in the cycling world. Like, hypothetically, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen here, guys, but hypothetically, wouldn't it be hilarious if I could get like a pretty big streamer to do a Zwift video with me? I think I could probably get Average Rob to do a Zwift video with me at some point. That would be nice. Maybe next year we can set that up. But imagine, like, if we're talking Twitch streamers. Imagine if I can get Ludwig on Zwift. That would be pretty hilarious. I'm not sure he'd be down to collaborate with a tiny YouTuber like me, but I think it's a funny idea. Wait a second. Guys, we are the favorite for the Japanese National Road Race Championships. I'm shocked. Daddy Pikachu is gonna cook everyone. I hope. 159 kilometers, can I be honest? This parkour looks a lot like the second last stage of the Tour of Japan, the one I couldn't control my rider on. From Idzu to Idzu. Anyway, we'll do our best. We are the favorites, so I kind of want to become Japanese champion. Okay. Let's get this party started. If I win this race, then this is the final race of today's live stream. Completely CR. Amoran von Zwift. That's probably not going to happen. Race strategy, role leader, objective, win the race. Okay. No pressure. Oi, oi, oi. I want my entire team to be at the front of the peloton and protect me. I don't know how strong everybody is, so you're about to show me, guys. We need to go on 85, maintain position to make sure they stay at the front. And to make sure they don't get dropped here. Breakaway is forming, 3 riders up the road. It's a large enough peloton that I don't expect to have to control the peloton completely myself. I really want to become national champion of Japan. I think it's possible. There come more attacks. I don't like that. Please, let it be a 3-man breakaway. That's what I want. Cycling Rikke. Mr. Beast versus Speed versus Benji Nasen. I think you're overestimating my ability to get YouTubers on board for my videos. Like, we're still a 35,000 subscriber YouTube channel, guys. In the niche cycling industry. Oh, my boys are getting dropped. My boys are getting dropped. Come on, come on, come on. Sawara Kurueda. I need you, boys. Get to the front of the peloton. Get up here. Do not get dropped, please. Get to the front, boys. Get to the front. Survival is the utter most important fact here. Everybody get to the front. Laman in the chat says, I really want you to win here. Welcome back, Wout. Let's drop us back to 85. Take position there. Split in the peloton. Oi, 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 oi. We can see the stats of Keisuke Aso. 67 on hill stats, so that man will be valuable. Takemura can protect me. How is the peloton down to 30 riders already? We're one lap into the race. And, of course, the entire team of Ukyo is here pacing. Pacing down the breakaway. Aso will be so important for us in this race. The rest of my team is gone. They're all gone. I'm going to put them on automatic and hope they come back. That's the thought process. Completely CR, maybe Zealand. That would be a good collaboration, I think. I think he's also still too big for me to collaborate with at the moment, though. Can my boys come back? Two of my riders have come back. Sumiyoshi is back. He's got 62 hill stats, so that won't be too strong today. Kuroeda is moving up as well. Come on, team. Move up to the front of the peloton, boys. Move up, move up. I think I'll just keep most of my team on automatic. Ducky asks, what is your attribute focus combination? My combination is Northern Classics as main attribute, which sounds weird, and Climber as secondary attribute focus. The reason for that is that I want Teddy Pikachu to become the counterbalance to Tadej Pogacar, and I think Northern Classics primary, Climber secondary is the best way to make the most complete rider in Pro Cycling Manager Pro Cyclist mode. Matthew asks, do you ever watch much cyclocross? Every now and then, but I wouldn't say I watch it much. Because, like, I spend so much time watching the sport of cycling throughout the year that I kind of need a break in the off-season. I'll be honest, I need some time to focus on riding my bike myself more, because throughout the year, doing podcasts, etc., it's not, like, I'm not complaining. I don't have a hard job, but I am spending most of my time throughout the year on content, which takes away a little bit of time from riding my bike myself, which I like to do a bit more because I'd like to lose more weight than I am doing at the moment. I'm losing slowly weight, but I'd like to lose it a bit faster, you know? Ultima impression, favorite sport apart from cycling? Wow. Very difficult because I don't watch anything else anymore. Not sure if that's sad. I have other hobbies, but it's not watching other sports. Back in the day, when I was a kid, I played football all the time. Actually, technically, I started with basketball. And I was pretty okay with it. Not great, just okay. Then I started playing football because everybody was playing football. I was pretty shit for the first 2 years. Then I played one day for Cercle Bruges. A peak of my career? Nah. Then after that, I went to the Haan in West Flanders. Played there and became champion multiple times in like the youth leagues. Which it probably isn't worth much, but I enjoyed it. And then I probably had my best year in my last team that I was at as a kid, which was Snaaskerke. And it's actually funny because I went to school in Gistel, a city in West Flanders. Snaaskerke is right next to that, so me playing for Snaaskerke was the rival team of Gistel where I went to school. So caused a bit of upset at school that I played for that team. I became the captain of that team, Snaaskerke, in 1 year as a defender. And I was actually pretty solid during that year. I wasn't super talented, but I put in the work that year, you know? I was still a kid, you know? So how good can you be? But then eventually I stopped cycling, stopped playing football. When I was roughly 14, 15. It's bit of a sad story. I'm not sure I want to go into it too much. It's mainly because my dad got really sick, and I ended up closing myself off of the world a little bit. But hey, everything's all right now, so let the sadness wash away. Anyway, 99 kilometers to go. Sitting here quite nicely. Not much happening, but I'm also... Actually, my team is actually doing a lot of work on automatic. I did watch a lot of football back in the day as well. I was a massive fan of AC Milan in the late 2010s. So from the years of Shevchenko to the years of Alberto Gilardino, with Pippo Inzaghi, who was probably my favorite player for 2 years. I don't know why not for longer. But I was a fan of AC Milan back then. But yeah, when I stopped playing football, I stopped caring about football. I was also a gamer as a kid. I don't consider that a sport though. Yeah, you could argue esports is a thing, but I wouldn't classify it in the same athletic thing as I would put like 100-meter running. Hey Benji, did you see the Tour of Denmark? What do you think on Kubish? Well, Kubish has been strong for more than just Denmark, to be honest, and the same counts for a couple of other riders in that race. Like Kopecky was super strong there again. Larsen was super strong there again. These are solid riders, and I don't know if Kubish's contract runs out at Titema Rockets at the end of this year. So I don't know if he's moving away. I assumed he would be staying. Could be wrong. Bart Hoft asked, are you planning to do the Turbo Cross? Well, first of all, I need to get a formal invite. Then we'll see. I've been doing the commentary in that Turbo Cross video for Average Rob for the last 2 years, and I've really enjoyed doing that. I was actually asked to do it last year, but I couldn't because I was in the UK. But maybe there was another reason. I just physically couldn't because of calendar issues. He basically already told me that I could ride the Turbo Cross this year, but I won't assume that that's still the case at the end of this year. It's on Average Rob to decide who he wants to be there, you know? It's not on me to decide that. If he says nah, then I will happily do the commentary again instead, or I will happily not do anything if that's his choice. Like, we're friends either way. Halfway through this race, and our team is dead. I think that's the conclusion we're at, okay? 75 kilometers to go, and Keisuke Asu is my only teammate left. Ukyo has been pacing this entire race, and the peloton is down to 37 riders, and I have not had to do anything here. Ooh, let me try and pronounce your name, buddy. I'm gonna try my best here. Tsenyek Jansa? Tsenyek Jansa. Tell me if I'm wrong. Thank you for the donation of 19 Czech crowns. I have no clue what your money's called. We've got some attacks. Is that correct? I think it might be. But Ukyo's gonna pace that down, so I'm not too eager to do any work here myself yet. Chilling in this group for now. 1 minute 20 to the front of the race, but as long as Ukyo does the controlling in this group, I don't need to do anything. Masuda's pacing. 125 to the front of the race. Like, to be clear, there's no Ukyo rider up front, right? Nope. JCL is Ukyo. There's no riders from Ukyo in the breakaway. That's good. Still 65 kilometers to go, so I don't need to actually attack yet. I'll wait a little bit longer until it's more selected. Yeah, chat confirms it's Czech crown. Nice. I know my monies. That's a weird thing to say. 23 people left in the peloton, and I'm full energy, so I think we're gonna clean this race, guys. I've got an entire team working for me, and it's not even my team. It's Team Ukyo. They're doing all the work in the peloton to control every attack, and I'm just sitting here. I'll probably attack in the last 40 kilometers, is my estimate. As long as Ukyo can control this breakaway at a gap of 1 minute 20, then I don't need to do anything. Who's their best rider? I assume Kobayashi. Ishibashi's protecting him. Storm asks, what do you think of Niklas Larsen going to Tour de Titema or Unibet Titema Rockets? I think that's a good transfer. Guy can score a lot of points in 1.1 races. That's the exact transfer they need together with Kopetsky. Those are great transfers. I'm going to keep flowing like this. 1 minute 37. Is Ukyo losing control? That is the question. Do I start using Asso? I think I might. Asso goes to the front on 85. Nope, Ukyo is still pacing. Gap is 1 minute 40. I'm not sure I like that. If it goes to 2 minutes, I will attack. I will start moving myself. I'll start moving to the front and start putting pressure gradually. I won't attack yet. I'll use Asso first. Energy Gel on Asio. There we go. I don't want to make it... I don't want to wait until it's too late, you know? So I need to start pacing now. Gap is down to 1 minute 40. Aso's protecting me nicely. 1 minute 35. Gradually closing the breakaway. Perfection. Group is 21 riders here. 4 riders up front. Nice. I could technically bridge on one of these hills. Might not be a bad idea because Asso is basically done for. I've got the entire team of Ukyo in my wheel. Do I attack on the next climb? I think that's a good idea, actually. There we go. With Asso in our wheel, it makes a gap instantly. I'll go to 85. Gap is 1 minute 10 to the front of the race, and I can close that. 35 seconds on the group behind. They could not control that front breakaway, so I assume they won't be able to control the attack of the mighty Teddy Pikachu. There he goes. Gradually passing people, but I think these are lapped people, so I don't know which riders are the breakaway. 40 seconds on the group behind, then we've barely spent any energy, so we're gonna cook everyone here. Teddy Pikachu is actually gonna win the Japanese National Road Race. I can feel it. 55 seconds to the front of the race. This is fantastic. Those are the riders up there? Nope. They're further up ahead. Right there they are. Going around the corner. 35 seconds. I don't need to go too fast either. I can bridge them right now if I want, but I think I might as well do it gradually. I don't need to spend too much energy. I think I can get to them by just pacing 85. 2 minutes on the group behind us. One rider is dropped at the front. I don't know who. Is it Honda? No, it's Kazama. 2 riders are dropped. I'm together with Honda now, which is indeed a rider dropped from the breakaway. Let's try and relay with him, but I doubt he will do anything because I'm probably about to drop him. Who is the other rider? Matsuda is dropped from the break as well. Oda is the only rider up front. We're catching Matsuda as we speak. Teddy Pikachu is on, baby. Look at this, chat. Look at this. We're absolutely cooking. Oi, oi, oi. Matsuda is getting dropped. Oi, oi, oi. We are full energy with 40 kilometers to go. We've put everybody all the way into Narnia. Crazy. Insanity. Oda is right there. He's desperately trying to survive, but... buddy, I'm going to attack you in 2 climbs. And it's going to be over. Actually, I'm going to do it now. There we go. Oda gets dropped and Teddy Pikachu rides off. I will ride on 75, I think. It goes uphill, downhill all the time. So uphill, downhill means that I can recover every downhill. But look at the gaps. The 4th rider is on 2 minutes. The peloton, or whatever is left of it, is on almost 4 minutes. So Teddy Pikachu is the new Pogacar. No, 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 no. Pogacar is the new Teddy Pikachu. Asso has fallen. I was scared it was Pikachu for a second there. That would have been horrible. What a victory. Absolute domination. The question now is, how many riders can I put out of the time limit? That is the big question. Big shout out to Danike6 for donating €6. Thank you. Such a thunder shock that you will win the race. Yeah, I'm happy about it. This is a very nice win. It's also cool to become Japanese national champion, you know? Chad, you're right. Pikachu is better than Pogi. Pogacar who? Tadej who? Nah. You've been replaced, buddy. 30 kilometers to go. I'm trying to put minutes into everybody. I can go harder. I think I'll go 90. Let's do that, because I can recover every single downhill. So I think if I go 90, then I can take it. The question is, how far is the last rider on the road? Let's see. Oh, they're far. They're very far. There's 49 groups on the road. 49! Katsura is 38 minutes behind. We've cooked everybody thanks to the help of Ukyo. I still don't understand what Ukyo was thinking. They paced the entire race, controlling everything for me. Instead, they should have been attacking me left and right. But they decided not to. Nobody understands what they were doing. 4 minutes on the next rider. I'm smashing the gap. Going all out as we speak on these hills. Come on, Teddy. Bring this home. Spend some energy, buddy. Into the downhill. Recover red bar again. Let's get some water in the meanwhile in this downhill. There we go. 420 on the next rider. That's nice. 24 kilometers to go. Oh, we're cooking. 95. I don't even need to use my energy gel, but I might as well do it. Gap to the second group is up to 5 minutes. And now we've got the group with the peloton being on 5 minutes. And once again, the last rider on the road is on, I'm guessing 42 minutes. Actually, 45 minutes. Hashimoto. Sorry, brother. Sorry to hear that. Chad is asking me to go 99. I can go 99, I think. Let's do that. We're going all out 99 for the rest of the stage with Pikachu. 18k to go, so we should be able to do that yellow bar-wise. We're spending a lot of energy, but I think it's worth it. My wife just sent me a fantastic text that she's making wonderful dinner tonight, and it's arriving in 20 minutes. So I'm afraid after the stage that we're going to be ending the stream, but this is one hell of a victory, guys. Teddy Pikachu is going to be Japanese champion. Can I be honest? It's like the Tadej Pogacar solos. I'm sorry. I like witnessing greatness. I like seeing riders win by 5 minutes and 60-kilometer solos, but at this point, it's boring. In the last 15 kilometers of this race, I'm just staring at Pikachu being 5 minutes and a half ahead. I'm sorry, but it's over. There's no tension here. Chat, you're right. This is the most Pogacar-like Teddy Pikachu has ever been. That's a fact. 11k to go. Danikis says, you're even going to win the time trial if you win this with 66 hill stat? It's kind of, maybe. 62 time trial? I doubt it, though. I think I'll get ruined there. It's a flat time trial, I think. My resistance is very high, though, so that could help. 8 kilometers to bring it home. Come on. Come on, Teddy. He's moto pacing. Stop it. Stop it, Teddy. No cheating today. The commissaire is watching. He's on the motorbike right there in front of us. Right there, Pikachu. No cheating. 6 kilometers on the second group. Chat, I want you to put a number of riders in the chat. Give me a number for the amount of riders that will be OTL at the end of this. I don't know what the time limit is going to be. So it could be just one rider, could be 20 riders. 4 kilometers to go. All-out attack by Teddy Pikachu on this hill. There we go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds on the second group. We're absolutely cooking. I think we've lapped riders. Wait a second. Wait. So, the last rider in the race is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps behind. We've lapped riders 5 times. That is crazy. That is ridiculous. Insane. I don't have a word for it. Pikachu is going into the last 1.5 kilometers. Oh no, the footage dies. We can only see the finish now. Let's take a look. Entering the last kilometer, Teddy Pikachu starts celebrating. There we go. He rides into people, but he celebrates again. Teddy Pikachu wins. What a victory. W's in the chat. Teddy Pikachu is Japanese champion. I cannot believe it. We've done it. Japanese champion with Teddy Pikachu. That is amazing. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Now let's take a look at the amount of riders that went OTL. Because I feel like finishing this race is going to take a while. I'm on times 8, but this is taking a long time, boys. What a race. I love that parkour, by the way. Imagine this parkour, but 270 kilometers long and with the World Championships teams. We should do that on the stream one day. That'd be funny. Do like 5 crazy parkours. Or a race like Paris-Roubaix, but with national teams. Matthew says, does the gel only give red energy? It doesn't give energy. It makes your red bar last longer. Is my assumption. That's how I learned it back in the day. Okay. It's time to take a look, guys. It's time to take a look. There we go. Our boy on the podium. Japanese national champion. Teddy Pikachu for Sparkle Oita. I would say the best team in the world, but my team is terrible. Sixth in the team classification. That explains it. Oh la 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 la. 6 minutes 15. But now is the question, how many riders have gone out of the time limit? I'll keep scrolling down. Wait, I can't see it. I don't know. How can I see it? Because I can only see the amount of riders that finished. That's a problem. Sorry, chat. That's quite disappointing. We don't know. Pierre says 140 started. Vitor says 82 started. How can I figure out how many started? I will click on export. I'm going to look for that export. Where can I find that? It's all happening off camera now, guys. I'm sorry. App data. PCM 2025. Exports. Exported results. Japan National Road Race Championships. You don't have Excel license. I'm opening it anyway. And it just says 41 people. Yeah, I know I don't have a license. Let me look at the fucking file. Continue for free. Yes, no diagnostics. No personalization of data. Show me the bloody file. I can't see it. Sorry, chat. Okay, chat is helping me. Chat says 90 people started. So 41 people. Wait, no. 140 started. 41. Chat, you're saying other things. You're saying other things, guys. 90 started, says chat. I believe you. I believe you. 90 started. So if 90 riders started, that means there's 49 people out of the time limit. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Including 4 full teams are gone. Solution Tech Vinny Fantini. Gone. Burgos BH. Joe Timziola's team. Timziola who? Burgos who? Well, technically he moved team, but that's a spoiler for a series. Giant Store and 7-Eleven are also out of the race. But, what a result, man. What a result. Fighting XP, first victory in Continental. That's an understatement. That is an understatement. I'm sorry. Fighting XP only? I became national champion. Look at the flag. It's beautiful. We're beautiful, guys. That's gonna look stunning on my boy. I can feel it already. What an episode. Look at our career mode. No, results page. First victory, Tour of Changyong. Second victory, Tour of Japan, stage 5. Third victory, Japanese National Road Race Champion. Boom. And our rider is pretty good at the moment. So I've got a feeling that our upcoming races, the time trial, I don't know what to expect because I don't know what the stats are of the people in this race. I don't know what their time trial stat is, but Arashiro is still cycling? Oh my god. I thought he was retired. I'm happy to see that. But after that, it's one-day races again, but they're all like versatile sprints. Maybe this race I can win. What is that name? The Minamyuno Numa road race. I aced that first try. Oita Urban Classic road race. That's our home turf, so we need to do that. Then Kyushu, then Utsunomiya, and then Gravel and Tars Classic. So our next stream is probably going to be on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. And on that stream, we'll take on maybe the rest of the season. It's a lot though, but I might try. Maybe 2 streams to the end of the season, maybe 1. But I'm afraid that's it for today. Thank you to everyone for being here. It was my most watched stream of this Pro Cyclist so far. So people are pretty hyped about the Japanese National Championships apparently. Thank you very much for being here. I really enjoyed it once again. Very much. I've been enjoying these a lot. Tomorrow on paper, there should be a career mode episode. If it's not tomorrow, it's going to be the day after, but it should be tomorrow. Everything's recorded. Joe is working on the edit. Shout out to Tim Sosky for editing those videos. And have a nice evening. Thank you very much for being here. Ciao, ciao, boys.